all it's asking you to do when it says use synthetic substitution to find f of 4 is it's wanting you to put 4 on the outside, write number 5 here, 4 on the outside, and perform synthetic substitute or synthetic division. And f of 4, your final answer would be just your remainder once you have performed synthetic division. Because it says we're finding f of 4. Oh. So the 4 is the number we'll put on the outside. And I know we need to review synthetic division, so let's go ahead and do that. The numbers up here, where do we get those numbers from? What are they called? Coefficients. Good. And the highest power in number 5 is what? 3. So it needs to go in order, right? The coefficient for the power of 3 needs to go here, then the power of 2, then the power of 1, then the power of 0. What happens if we were to skip a power? We would put a what? A 0. Good. So what's the first coefficient we're going to put? And then, good. The coefficients. So the 2 we got from here, 1, -5, 3. Does everybody kind of remember that? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why this is so blurry. Let me try to... There we go. That's a little better. Alright, so what do y'all remember what we do first? Good. Bring down the 2 first, and then you're right, Eric. Everything above this line we're going to add together. Everything below it we're going to multiply by what? 4. So right here we would multiply this by what? And so the 8 goes where? Right here. And then what do we do with the 1 and 8? So we'll get, so then we do what with the 9? Multiply by 4, we'll get 36. And then -5 plus 36. And then 31 times 4.
424.
Okay, that goes up here. And then 124 plus 3. So 127 is called our what? Remainder. Good. And that's all it's asking for when it's asking for f of 4. So for our final answer, we would write f of 4 equals 127. Easy enough?
Yeah. It's easy now, but it's going to be hard. That's how it always happens.
Nah. So this is called synthetic substitution. Alright, so we've already found f of 4. Now we have to find f of -3 for the same problem. So let's just do it out to this side. Any questions before I move on? So what goes on the outside? -3. Do I have to change my coefficients? No. So they'll stay 2, 1, -5, 3. What do I bring down first? 2. What goes here? Good. Here? Good. Here? 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 Good. And our remainder will be good. So we would write f of -3 equals -27. Questions? Okay. Yes.
When it says you're using like f of 4 and -3, how do you know which one to use?
Both of them. You're finding them both separate. So we found f of 4 right here. Yeah. And f of -3 right here. Alright, so let's just do number 6 together, then I'm going to let you try 7 and 8 on your own. Any more questions about number 5 before we move on?
I need to.
Okay, I'll leave it there for a second. Alright, you good, Jackson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, number 6. First of all, we have what on the outside? 4. Alright, for our coefficients, what will we have? Very good. Any questions about that part? Notice the zeros here because we skipped the power of what? 2. Good. It went from 3, we skipped 2, 1, 0. So we have to put a 0 for the exponent that we skipped. Now we bring down the what?
3.
Good. What goes here?
12.
Here.
12.
Here.
48.
Here. Here. So here? Good. So f of 4 is 178. Questions? Alright, go ahead and be working -3 on your own, and I'm going to be right behind you so you can check your work. I'll give you a head start. Everybody good with that one? Yes? Alright, number 7 and 8, we'll come back to those. I'll let you do them on your own if we have time at the end of class. But I feel like everybody's got this down pat, so I can move on, right? Good? Okay. Any questions? Alright. Now, for these down here. It says, given a polynomial and one of its factors. So here's the polynomial, then they'll do a semicolon. This is the factor they give us. Or find the remaining factors of each polynomial. Alright, so we're also going to be using synthetic division on this too. The only difference is first we'll have to solve for x for one of these factors, then put it on the outside for synthetic division. So if we were to solve this factor for x, x would be what? Good. Everybody see that? We would just set it equal to 0. So for 17 we're going to perform synthetic division. -2 is going to be on the outside. And what are my coefficients going to be? 1, 0, -3, and very good. Alright, what do we bring down? What goes right here? Right here? Right here? 4 right here. 1. Good. Remember you got to add them. And then -2 times 1. So our remainder is good. And since we knew that -2 is a factor of this, or x plus 2 is, if it's a factor, that means our remainder will always be 0. Okay. So if you're doing one of these problems where it says, given a polynomial, one of its factors, find the remaining factors, and you don't get a remainder of 0, something's wrong. Something's incorrect. Okay? Alright, from here, how would we find the other factors? Let's go ahead and write this as our answer. So if we were to write this as our answer, going back to synthetic substitution, these are our coefficients, correct? What would be the first power we would have? Good, because we do 1 less than the original. This would be -2 what? Plus? Good. Go ahead and set it equal to 0. Now we factor, because we have to find the other factors of the original polynomial. And this one's really easy. Yes, Zach?
Where you put x squared, if it wasn't a 1, it was a 2, x squared.
It would be. So to factor this one, we just have to find factors of what? That add together to get, that's going to be what? 1 and 1 is going to make a positive 2. We need -1 and -1. So this will be x, what? -1. Oops. And what? Good. So those are the other two factors. We have found them. So our first factor, again, was x plus 2. The second two are x minus 1 and x minus 1. Yes, Jackson.
So like whatever your remainder is, that's what you said it equal to? This time it just has to be 0?
No. Anytime we factor, we always set it to 0. The remainder, this and this have nothing in common.
Then what was the significance of, like, what if the remainder wasn't 0? What would happen?
If it wasn't 0, then we know that we've done this part wrong, because if it's a factor of this, the remainder will be 0.
Would always be 0?
Yes, when we're doing these types. Right here, we had to find factors of 1 that add together to get -2, right? So that'd be -1 and -1. Good questions. Any other questions?
So like anytime you factor in, you gotta say that equals 0.
Yes.
But if you're foiling, you gotta say that instead of.
If you're fooling, you're just multiplying two binomials. So it has to be in factor form. What now?
When you gotta say that instead of form, like when you're doing that.
When you factor. You gotta have it, if it's set equal to 0, it's in standard form.
Oh, I just did things like that. A plus B equals something.
That's standard form for linear equations. Alright, any other questions about 17? Alright, let's try 18. So, it says that here's our polynomial. This is the factor of it. So what's the number that's going to go on the outside? -2. Good, we had to set this equal to 0. And what are my coefficients for 18? 1, 0, good. Good. Oops, let's get it over here. Alrighty. So we bring down the 1, correct? Alright, I'm going to call on people. CJ, what's going to go right here?
-2.
Jared, right here.
0.
Tatiana, right here. Versada. Abigail. Good. Jackson.
-8.
Good. Dylan. Good. Amy.
0.
Good. Questions so far? Alright. So we need to write this, our answer, as a polynomial. This will be 1x to the what? Third. Notice how it skips the second power, skips the first power. So this will be what? That's it. Again, because we have 0x squared, 0x, we don't have to write them, correct? And then bring down the -8. And now we have to, yes, go ahead.
I get confused on like the X's when you're writing out like the new.
The answer, like
Not so much
writing
the
out
answer,
this.
just- yeah.
Yeah. The 1 is going to be, you know, these are your coefficients, right? Numbers in front. The x cubed, we got it from looking at the original. You just take 1 less.
Oh, you just start with 1 line?
Yes, and then just go in order. So starting with 1 less right here, Jackson, this will be to the third power, second power, first power, constant.
Got it.
Now we have to factor x cubed minus 8. And we know how to do that. We use what? Difference of cubes. Good. Y'all thought y'all were done with it. We ain't done with it. Alright, what's going to be my AX? What's going to be my B? Somebody tell me how to write it in our formula. X minus 2. Go ahead, CJ.
X squared plus 2x plus 4.
Perfect. Good morning. How are you? Good. I'll be with you in a second. You can sit in here if you'd like. Just don't disturb people. Alright. Any questions about how we got this? If you don't know the sum of cubes formula, difference of cubes formula, I promise you if you memorize it, it'll make your life a whole lot easier. At least in here. Here you go. Any questions so far? And we don't have to solve for it, right? They just said to find the other factors. And these are the other factors, correct? So we're done. This is in standard form, or this is in factored form.
Quadratic.
No quadratic formula. It didn't ask us to solve for x. It just says find the remaining factors. We know that x plus 2 was a factor. Now we know that x minus 2 and x squared plus 2x plus 4 is a factor. Why could we stop right here? Could we factor this down anymore?
Yes. Could it?
No. Can you find any factors of 4 that could add together to get 2? No. So we leave it like that. Let's do one more together. Questions about this one? Alright, which one do y'all want to do together? You're going to have to do all these, so just pick one. Any specific one? 20? Okay, we'll do 20.
You're not checking this to the next Friday? This is going to be hard, right? This is homework.
We'll see.
Do you have a bad days?
I do. Give me just a second. Alright, number 20. So skipping 19, going to 20. What's going to be on the outside? What are my coefficients? 1. Nerve. -1. Go ahead. And everybody okay? We're on number 20, right? Read me the coefficients. Start from the top.
1, -1, 0,
Good.
0.
Goes from 3, let me go back up. 3, 2, 1, 0. So it doesn't skip anything. Alright. Jackson, what goes right here?
Bring down the 1.
Eric, right here.
-3.
Good. John.
2.
Zach.
6.
Emma.
1.
Good. Evelyn.
3.
And Chloe. Good. Alright. Who wants to tell me how to write my polynomial from this? Go ahead. Y'all gonna make me pick somebody?
X squared
Go ahead.
minus 2x plus 1 is
Plus 2x plus 1. Good. This is going to be a positive 2. Alright, so what are my factors that I could use? We need something that multiplies to get 1, adds together to get 2. 1 and 1. So it's going to be x plus 1 and that's it. We feel good about these? Kinda? Alright, so you have plenty of time in class. I want you, y'all can not do 7 and 8 because I know y'all are good with those. Go ahead and do 19, 21, 22 on the back of this. And once you're done, I'll check it and you can pack up, okay?